It's never easy to lose a chorus member, and we'd like to take a moment to pay tribute to those we've lost in the past year.
Virtues only life to me, dear needs. Just you, my love. My world forever, my beacon every month.
Stan Waters joined Stockport Barbershop Harmony Club, Harmony Revival, in 1974 and was a lifetime member, where he served as chairman and bass section leader. He was a long-serving member of the Shannon Express and Northern Airs choruses, and he sang in the quartet 4 in a Chord for 25 years until his passing. Stan was the sort of person that barbershop singing was built on and will be sadly missed.
Tell our story, let it echo far and wide, make them hear you, make them hear you.
Steve Dawson was a member of the Stockport Barbershop Harmony Club, Harmony Revival. Steve joined Harmony Revival on a Learn to Sing course in 2009. Steve was a member of the bass section and will be sadly missed.
Was actually the Grant City Chorus's 30th anniversary, and it was a difficult year for everybody, and we're very lucky because we've managed to stick together like most choruses. However, time marches on, and during last year we lost 3 dear friends. Our life president, Bob Stevens, seen in the right of this photograph with his fellow co-founders of our club back in 1990. Bob played a huge part in building us up from zero to a solid performing chorus, including of course our iconic tartan waistcoats from this photograph from the late 90s. Pictured here with his wife Barbara, Bob is a genuine barbershop hero for us, and we owe him so much. Henry Innes, a stalwart of the club, great baritone. Henry was always ready to step forward with a joke or a little talk or a monologue, some Scottish poetry. He particularly enjoyed burnt suppers, delivered it with such gusto. I guess a cheery smile is a bit of a cliche, but the fact is that Henry did always have a lovely smile on and kept everyone on their toes and happy. Bill Good, another long-time serving member of the chorus. Bill did everything for the club, from being chairman down to being lead of the leads. He was another one who could step forward with monologues and stories at a drop of a hat. He had an extensive distribution list on email where he would be sending jokes around 2 or 3 times a week sometimes. And Bill was also our go-to guy for quizzes. He's sadly missed by his wife Sue, his church, and of course all his friends on the chorus. And the last song that Bill worked with us in the chorus was, of course, We'll Meet Again.
Then we'll meet again someday.
Jim Cook was a member of Anvil Chorus from 2010, having previously joined Pershaw Club, Vale Harmony, some 5 years earlier. Jim was a superb bass singer and was meticulous in his learning of new songs. His journey to the chorus every week involved an 80 miles return trip from his home in Worcestershire, and not only for rehearsals but for sing-outs and other competitions, he would regularly make that journey. Over the last 2 years, Jim suffered quite a long period of developing ill health, but remained totally committed to the chorus until he died in the summer of 2020. As part of the aims to remember Jim Cook, we decided to rename the process by which members achieve a credit for their correct words and notes of new songs, and particularly contest songs, from what used to be called purple dots to cookies. So there's a lasting remembrance of Jim Cook on the club website and indeed in our weekly activities. We will miss Jim and his great bass voice considerably in the years ahead. Although it seems longer ago, John Simcox actually joined Anvil Chorus in 2009 as a bass singer and made phenomenal contributions to the work and development of the chorus over those 12 years. He very quickly became a member of the management team and served as its secretary for several years, later becoming the chorus manager, organising the events for the chorus and indeed things like hotel accommodation for conventions and other festivals that we've attended. John unfortunately developed several interrelated illnesses over the last 3 years, which started to restrict his attendance at chorus. But even so, he continued to remain heavily committed to what we were doing, and as a result of that he was awarded fellowship of the chorus despite his inability to be able to come along to both rehearsals and sing-outs. Chorus members joined together in a Zoom session shortly after his death on the 1st of March 2021, and indeed his widow and son joined us in that event, which both Julia and Robert found very supportive. We want to remember John in what we do in the future and the enormous contributions that he made, both in singing, in the development of the chorus, and indeed helping with presentation of what we do, using his skills in having organised several large gang shows in the Scout movement, for which he was also very heavily committed. Rest in peace, John.
It's always very sad when a chorus member dies, but during the past 12 months it's been made worse in that we haven't been able to get together to celebrate their lives, to talk about them, to honour their memory. During the past 12 months, Grand Central has lost 2 very valuable, very influential members of the chorus. Mike McWhitty was with the chorus for 25 years and played a huge role both with the music and with the organisation. On the music side, he was lead section leader for many years. He blew pitch for us, and in addition to his chorus gold medals, he also won the gold medal in the seniors quartet competition in 1998-99 when he was singing with Silver Sound. Behind the scenes, Mike was treasurer for many years. He had a huge role to play in arranging our walkout gear and stage costume, mainly due to his many contacts in the fashion and clothing industry. He was also very important in fundraising for the chorus. His many contacts in the local golf club brought in money through our weekly tote, and the raffles that he and his partner Wendy ran at our events raised many hundreds of pounds. Indeed, on occasion, we raised more money through the raffle than we did through ticket sales. We also lost Ian Gooding, who was with the chorus for a shorter time than Mike, but in a relatively short time played a huge role. He was secretary of the club and responsible for arranging our chorus rehearsals, and whatever happened, he always made sure we had a place to sing. Ian was a real gentleman. His warmth, his kindness, and his overall personality was so important, in addition to which his wonderfully mellifluous voice was used to great effect at our shows, and also, perhaps more importantly, talking as the narrator to our convention set when we did the scarecrow scenes. Overall, a sad year for the chorus. Mike and Ian sadly missed, but their memories stay with us.
Friends, just friends, always friends, to the end we're friends.
stunned and very saddened to hear about the loss of one of our Cotton Town members, Dr. John Kelly, who was a victim of COVID-19 and passed away on April the 7th, 2020. We felt proud and thrilled to have him in our chorus, especially with him being a quartet gold medalist. He was 66 and had recently retired as a GP, but intended to support the NHS as a doctor during the coronavirus pandemic, but became ill before he could return to his beloved profession. John was a very unassuming man and a true gentleman.
Clive Hill was a founder member of Hallmark of Harmony in 1978 and stayed with the chorus through many successes until 2007, during which time his quartet Junction 33 won Quartet Gold and competed internationally. His cheerful and humorous style as a performer made Clive a favourite with audiences, while his generosity, kindness and wit meant that he was a much-loved friend and colleague for the many chorus members who sang with him over the years. John Lavelle was a member of the Kingsmen for around 20 years, having joined in 1994. As well as being an active member of the chorus, taking part in several international tours, John's contribution to the Kingsmen went well beyond singing. He was involved in organising fundraising projects such as bingo nights, raffles and jumble sales. When he was around, there was never a dull moment. David Dewhurst joined the White Rose Chorus in 2016 after attending a Learn to Sing course. David was a gentleman who took an active part in the running of the chorus as committee member and treasurer. As a singer, he was a consistent attender, working hard at learning his part, improving his voice, supporting sing-outs, and was a valued part of the lead section. He will be sadly missed. The Venerable Jeff Watson was a well-known figure at barbershop conventions in the 90s and noughties, and a long-time member of the Cambridge Chord Company, having regularly conducted the Sunday morning services at convention weekends. Jeff joined CCC in 1994, and he was with the chorus on all three of its trips to international contests. He remained a loyal member of the bass section until he moved to the South Coast for his retirement some 15 years later. But even then, he occasionally made the 250-mile round trip to Cambridge to attend rehearsals. Eric Lambert loved close harmony singing and joined Staines Babs Club in Middlesex in January 1997, before moving to Hereward Harmony in 1999. From his first day with Hereward, Eric became an active member and joined one of our quartets. He was an enthusiastic lead and also an excellent administrator. Ron Hollis joined the Knights of Harmony, then known as the Highwaymen, in the late 90s, when he got hooked on barbershop when a friend's son took him along to a rehearsal. Ron put every effort into his performances and regularly held extra practice sessions to ensure that he was up to scratch, and from which a trio of baritones called the Thursday Knights was formed with two other guys. Despite being in his 92nd year, he insisted on joining the Knights in their weekly Zoom sessions. His colleagues wrote a poem about him. Farewell, Ron Hollis. The final pitch has been sounded. A new chorus waits up here in the blue. Many the years that you have given to others, now this chorus is waiting for you. You gave your all in the spotlight, and Hayes Amdram saw you oft on form. Knights of Harmony relished all the work you put in. For you, excellence was just the norm.